quiz we have completed, and we have seen how to create and how to publish the quiz form. Now we are just going to see how to do how to add on a certificate for this particular quiz. For that, you have to select the three dots, which is at the upper side corner of the window. Will be having three dots. In the three dots, you have to select add-ons. So there is an option called add-ons. So once you give the add-on, then it will prompt you with the search box. There you have to type Certify-M. So once you give the Certify-M, it will show the icon of the Certify-M. Just click over that. It will give a just click over the Certify-M icon. Then it will go and prompt you with an install option. So if you are going to click install, it will go for it will ask for some permission, because it is a third-party software. So you just ask for the permission. Then if you are just going to continue, since I'm using multiple accounts, it is asking for which account I just wanted to link this Certify-M. You just select your email ID, and then it will ask for so many things. You just, if you want, you can read out those things. But if you want to create a certificate, you have to allow this. So if you are going to allow this, then Certify-M will be installed for you. Just click done. So if you are going to click done, then Certify-M would be installed, and it will be prompted with uninstall. If you don't want it, you can just uninstall it. If you are finished with your job, then you will be in the beginning you'll be having only 3 icons. Once you add on this, you'll be having the 4th icon, that is the add-ons icon. So in the add-on icon, if you click there, you'll be shown with the Certify-M. Click on the Certify-M, you'll be given the source Certify-M controls, recent certificates about. So you'll be prompted with this particular window. Now click on the show Certify-M controls. So suppose if you are going to do that, then it will give you this this window, Certify-M window, separate window. It will show you. At the time, you have to select the passing mark for your quiz, maybe 50 or 70, what percentage you want to give for getting the certification. And also it is necessary to turn on the certificate. Then only it will be linked with your form, and your certification will come once the quiz is completed. So certification on is important. Next one is passing percentage is important. Third one is what certificate you are just going to give the people. So you can choose from the template. So you have different templates. You can choose from the templates, or you have to create a new certificate. So you have to create a new certificate. So this is an advanced option, which is shown here. So in Certify-M, we have an advanced option. So suppose if you click this advanced option, then it will give you a message. Sorry, it will give you message box where you can give some messages once the feedback is completed. So things like that. If it is an advanced option, then you have to go for this. Otherwise, you may not. So the important thing is you have to turn on the certification. The second thing is you have to give the passing percentage. Third one is you have to choose the template. So for choosing the template, what you have to do is already templates are available. You can choose that. Otherwise, you have to create Google slide. So how can I create a Google slide? So for that, what you have to do is, again, the first point which we have discussed is My Drive. So in the My Drive, you will be prompted with the menu. In the menu, just choose Google Slide. So it will give it will come to this untitled. It will show an untitled presentation. It will give you so many themes. You can choose one theme from here, and you can do all the modification. If you are so good at Photoshop, it is better you design all the template and have the background. Have the background ready. Have the background ready, and paste the background. Paste the background here in the in your blank presentation. In your blank presentation, instead of choosing a template, it is better you just have an image. Just file, import the image. Suppose you imagine that you have a PPT already prepared with all the contents. I'm not good at Photoshop. I have my things which is already present in my PowerPoint presentation. You can just import the slide. So here you have file import. Then it will prompt with the import slide. So you can upload your file. So choose the PowerPoint presentation which we have already created, and just import the slide. Here you have an option called import slide. Import the slide. So that slide gets imported here. So you'll be always having your own template here, and also this file would be added as a second slide. So delete the first slide. You need not want the first slide. So delete the first slide. Have your template, have your PowerPoint presentation which is already prepared, and you bring it here. Suppose if you are not good at Google Slide, if you are so much afraid of using a Google Slide, it is better to do like this. So you are just going to choose this particular. So here I have missed one thing. I'm just going to say this. You just follow that. So in template, here in Certify-M, you have a template. So here you have a that is drop down box with a golden text over there. So it is better you just click on the golden. There you'll be having a custom template. So I forgotten to, yes, here you have use a custom template. So you have to choose the custom template. Once you choose the custom template, then you will be prompted with this window. Set your own certificate. At the time, select the file and which you have created as a Google slide. Now you can select the file and save changes. So first thing is you have to have your Google slide ready, and after that you have to choose that as a custom template. Once you do that, everything is finished. And if you want to see how your certificate is going to appear, it is better you just email me sample option is here. You can just do email me sample. So sample certificate gets created. Here one important point I just wanted to say you is here in this certification you could see the names and the college in which they are from, and the date of the particular examination on which it is held, and so many information we just wanted to print over the certificate. That thing how we can do. So that can be done while creating the Google slide itself. You have to do that. While creating the Google slide, you just have the template, that is the background image you have. And all the text you can have, all the text which are static you can have. Dynamic text means the name of the person is going to vary. That is the college where they are studying is going to vary. Suppose if you are going to have such fields to be printed in your certificate, you have to be thorough with one thing, that is I'll just show you a Excel sheet. That Excel sheet is, so let me see whether I have the Excel sheet here. So I'll just go to my drive and I'll show the Excel sheet. So this is a, sorry. So this is the Excel sheet. I'll just go for so this is your Excel sheet. Here you could see all the field names, timestamp, score, full name with salutation, designation, place, state, everything is there. So these fields are nothing but the fields which you have created in the Google form. So don't confuse the name which you have given in the Google form with the name which is present here. Don't confuse the things. You just keep the form as such. Here, if you see, since we are having a suppose if you have linked a Certify-M with your form, you just be with me. Suppose if you have a Google form linked with the Certify-M, then you will be having this. Otherwise, you will not have this icon. You may be having two or three Google forms created in your drive. But suppose if you are going to link only one form with the Certify-M, that Certify-M will be that would be having the this icon. Other Google forms will not be having this icon. So you just Click on this. Here I'm just going a demo. So show CertifyM controls here. So it is going to give you the CertifyM controls. It is going to show you the different controls. So here I have to give a turn on here, and then passing percentage I have to give. Email me sample. As I said, no, that if you want to see the thing, you have to give email me. Here you could see as custom template. You could see custom template. Suppose if you are going to click here. So I have chosen a custom template. So it is going, I have selected a file. So it is showing me like that. I don't want to disturb these things now. The three things what you are going to do is turn on and then passing percentage and template. While creating the template only, the things are important. So having a form. So let me show you one form. Sorry, Google slide, not form, Google slide. So here I have given the name. So here you could see that there is a name here. So this name is what I'm saying. This name should be the thing which should be mapped with this name, which is present in the form. Because I have not created for this form that particular certificate. So don't imagine this name is completely different from that name. I'm showing two different examples. One is already we have completed a competition that I am showing that form. There we had the full name as full name only. Here we have given full name with salutation. So suppose if you are going to give a certificate here in this instead of this full name, you have to have full name with salutation. So that is what I am saying. So map the things with the fields which you are going to give in the Google slide. So that is very, very important. So once it is completed, suppose if you want to have a date, just to put date. Just to put date inside the two curly braces. So instead of full name, if you put curly brace, date, curly brace, then you will get the current date. Okay. So whenever the person is going to take up the quiz, that date will be displayed. Suppose if you want to give a college name, then you have to give the college name. That would be the heading of this particular form. So that is important. So whenever you are just going to have a CertifyM install, automatically in your My Drive you could see a CertifyM Excel sheet. We'll be having CertifyM Excel sheet. This one. What the form which I have showed before? No, it will not be like that. It will be like this one. This is an empty form. Suppose if we are going to install CertifyM for the first time in your Google form, then you'll be getting something like this Excel sheet. Okay, in this Excel sheet you'll be having the full name, other identifier. It is advisable not to change this other identifier. Don't change. So the other identifier is going to have the first field in your Google form. Other identifier 2 is going to have the third field in your Google form. Total score will automatically get your score. Percent score will automatically calculate your score, and everything will be done. So always it is advisable to have only 3 fields in your certificate. One is the name, that is full name. Second one is college, that is your other identifier. Third one is your maybe your designation, so that is your other identifier too. So maximum you just how to create a certificate. How to create. Now I'll be just showing you how to delimit your form for a particular period. So many people are asking how to create a form for 3 days, for how to keep my form for 4 days. So suppose if you are interested to do that, you can do that by using a form limiter. So form limiter control is just like an add-on which we have created previously for CertifyM. Similarly, we can create for this too. For form limiter also we can create. So let me show that. So similarly, you just for as we have done for the Certify M, you just give form limiter. It will show the icon. Double click the icon. Then you'll be having the form limiter install option will be coming. Just click on install. It will prompt for permission. Give the permission. Choose the account for which you have to install the form limiter. It will ask for all permission. You just grant the permission and just click on allow. It will form limiter gets installed. Once form limiter gets installed, you could see two icons over there in your form, Google form. Wherever you are just going to install, there only you'll be having this icon. So you'll be having form limiter icon. Click on the form limiter icon. You'll be having set limit. So once you click on the set limit, you'll be prompted with limit type. You can give the date and time limit, or the number of form responses limit, or the spreadsheet cell value. So three things are possible. One is, suppose if you are going to give the date and time, you can just select the due date and time you can set. And just say save and enable. If you give, it gets enabled for your form. And suppose if you are going to give number of form responses, then you can you have to type a integer value in the when responses are greater than 500. You just solve the form. Something you can give and save and enable. Then that is the thing. Or suppose if you want to give if you want to give some if you want to stop once the cell value got some once the spreadsheet value got some value, I mean the spreadsheet, that is the Excel sheet you are getting. No, in that, suppose if a cell value is going to have this particular value, then stop the form. Something you can have different levels of control, either date or time, or you can number of response, or a particular cell value. Depending upon that, you can limit your form. Suppose if you want to give any message for the form limiter, because the people will be just coming and they will be just posting all the information at the time, you can just give this message in the message window. When messages, when submission of those, you can give the message. So in this way, you can just create all the questions. You can just create certification, and you can set a limit for your form. And suppose if you want to share your form with some people, you can just I mean, if you want to make another person as the owner, because you have completed all your tasks, and if you want to make another head of the department as the owner of the form, that you can do it by clicking the My Drive. You just choose your file and get shareable, or you have to click on share. Once you click on share, then it gives you a prompt like this: add the editors. Just click on add editor and add the name of the person, maybe your HOD's email address you can give, and you can send it to her. So what it will happen is your Google form gets stored in the My